Hi gang, we're back with Cranking Out Crafts. On today's episode, I am really excited because I have a new technique to show you guys involving the UV resin. I'm going to show you how to make these clouds. They look very dimensional, and we're going to set it in UV resin. You might have seen images similar to this on Pinterest, but I'm going to show you how to do it, and it's really easy. First, we're going to take a bottle-shaped silicone mold, and we're going to put down a really thin layer of UV resin and just spread it out to all the edges, and we're going to set that for maybe about 10 to 15 seconds. Because it's clear and because it's such a thin layer, it's not going to take long to set in the light at all. I like to have a clear layer down on the bottom just to prevent the colored resin from touching the bottom of the mold. Basically, the more pigment you add into the UV resin, the more you're going to compromise the resin's ability to cure properly. So having a thin layer of clear sandwich above and below helps out a lot. Next, I'm going to color some resin, and I'm going to be using the Pearl X series that we carry. This is a set that has 12 different colors, and it's powdered, and it's really nice. I want to have a relatively sheer amount of color because this will allow me to use or to display both sides of the mold once we bring it out. So I'm just gonna have just a little bit of color in here. Always start off small. You can always add in more as needed. But look how pretty that is with just the small amount of powder that I put in there. Try to work with some thin layers initially, and this will allow you to have more space in the mold to play with for your clouds. So I'm just going to spread this out, and I'm going to hit it with a little bit of the heat gun just to help thin the resin and let it spread out a little bit better. And once again, I'm going to set this in the light 15 to 20 seconds. Okay, so next I'm going to use our air dry Hearty Clay. When you're using the Hearty Clay, it does air dry, so try to get it into an airtight container when you're not using it so that it remains nice and soft and pliable. We're going to take small pieces of the Hearty Clay, and I'm just going to tear off a little bit. And I'm just going to set it down on various spots in my mold. And now some clear UV resin on top. And I'm going to take my toothpick and kind of mix in the edges with some of the resin. I'm going to poke it around to try and get a little bit of cloud formations, like a little bit of creases and valleys set in there to make it look a little bit more realistic. I want to have enough resin on top to cover my clouds properly. And then I'm just going to set this in the light for about half a minute. Oh, and before I forget, I want to put in a little bit of, just a little bit of iridescent glitter here and there. I think that makes it look really pretty. And now to set it in the light. Okay, so my mold has set, my resin has set in the light. I'm ready to pop it out, and that's how easy it is to get out. So you can see it's kind of double-sided. One side has a little bit more tinge of blue than the other, but I still like the way it looks. So what I want to do next is, there's a little bit of overlap right there, which is easy to take care of. You can just get some wire cutters, basic jewelry wire cutters, and I'm just going to snip that little section off. And that took care of it. So now I want to bevel the top of the piece. Beveling will help make it look more enhanced. It magnifies what you have encased in the resin. So to do this, first I put down a layer and I'll spread it out to all the edges. And once that's done, I'll slowly add more UV resin to the center of the piece, and it'll automatically spread out. And then I'm just going to slowly add a little bit more. And this will give me a nice mound on top. So this is going to go back into the light for about half a minute. Now you can also do other colors, which is fun. So, you know, we have these beautiful sunsets, yeah, in Hawaii. So it was kind of fun to get the colors of that included in the bottle. This would be like a really nice gift for somebody going away who used to live here, or even just coming to visit, taking home some of the Hawaiian sky to the mainland. And some of these, maybe not double-sided, but like this one, you can kind of, I'm not sure if you can catch all the details of that, but both sides you have details of these clouds. So depending on how much you work that air dry clay, you can get in a lot of little mounds and grooves in there to really simulate how the different clouds look like. I like having that iridescent glitter, and of course just regular blue skies is nice and fun. Add a little chain and a little bead, and you just take it up a notch to have a really creative project that looks hard but actually isn't. You guys saw me do it. Once again, I'm so excited for this project. I was really happy to learn how to do this technique. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you later. Bye.